we want to welcome you to Reno, Nevada, home of the Wolfpack. 15-11, facing off against the Broncos of Boise State. 18-8, live from Lawlor Event Center in Reno, Nevada. And I am Derek Clark here with Clemson guard Terrence Oglesby. And both of these teams, as we head towards March, really need this game. Very close to each other in the standings. It is important for either one of these teams to get this win.
Absolutely it is, and the reason being is you're in the middle of that conference. You're trying to stay above that red line, DC. If you're above that red line, you get a first-round bye in the Mountain West Conference tournament. That is massive as far as trying to win 3 games in 3 days. And if you're Boise State, you're right in the mix. And if you're Nevada, you've kind of been hanging around 500 all year. A big couple of games coming up for the Wolfpack, and it starts today against Leon Rice's Boise State squad.
And speaking of being in the mix, someone who has been thrown into the Nevada mix is Tyler Rollison. Trey Coleman out for the season with that broken hand. Alford put him in the starting lineup the last game, and what do you know, had his career high. Kind of a change of pace type of guard, is he not?
He absolutely is, and that's a great way to put that. What does he do? He brings definite speed to this lineup. Look, Nevada's one of the tallest teams in all of college basketball. Rollison gives them a curveball as far as speed is concerned. He initiates their offense quickly in the first 5 to 6 seconds. He is good at getting to the cup early. Look for him to be aggressive.
And Nevada, before that recent loss to Colorado State, Terrence, they had won 4 straight games, but they were against sort of the bottom tier of the Mountain West, and now they have a chance against a team that's above them in the standings to see if they've at all improved on that winning streak.
Yeah, and they're trying to pick up the pace as far as getting some of these wins and starting to play well at the end of the conference season, because as we both know, getting momentum at the midpoint of February on, that's when you want to play your best basketball. Boise State knows that. Steve Alford and Nevada, they know that, and they've had to do some adjusting as far as their lineups are concerned because of those injuries that you mentioned, trying to do their best of pushing it forward. And as you see right there, Steve Alford, 100 wins at 4 different schools. The dude knows ball. He was a heck of a player way back when at Indiana, and he just wins wherever he goes. And he needs some more of those here today with his super talented Nevada squad.
Alford sitting on win number 698, needs 2 more to reach that 700 career win mark. And of course, Leon Rice, here's a guy that knows nothing but winning at Boise State. He is the all-time winningest coach at Boise State, 2-time Mountain West Conference Coach of the Year. And one thing that Leon Rice did, it was a stroke of genius against New Mexico, and that win against New Mexico, which we'll talk about during the broadcast. He threw in a guy that wasn't even supposed to be playing to start the season. Pearson Carmichael got his first career start and absolutely delivered for him.
And he's back, number 6 in blue, Pearson Carmichael. The man goes by Peanut, and he can score. They took his red shirt off 11 games ago. The 6'7" freshman has a lot of talent.
Tip is controlled by Nevada. Here's Davidson. He's swinging around. And miscommunication there in the turn.
Terrific defense for Boise State, rotating out of the double team in the post. And what happens? Try to get quick passes, but the rotation is so good for the Broncos, able to pick up the steal.
There's someone that shouldn't be left open, but he happens to miss that one. Lucky for Nevada. Degenhardt's been shooting the 3 so much better since the start of the season. Nice pocket pass to Love. Spinning around.
Number 7, Brandon Love. He is an athletic 5-man, but he's got his hands full today with Boise State's big men because they can step out and shoot it. So he has to get out, cover these ball screens, and recover quickly, or else he's going to give up a lot of open looks.
Carmichael, Herrera ISO play. Shot clock winding down. It's going to have to be Cardenas. Nice pass, Degenhardt, and that's an easy 2.
How nice is it to have a point guard like Cardenas? The shot clock's winding down inside of 6 seconds. Give him a quick ball screen, short roll, easy bucket for Tyson Degenhardt.
Here's Rollison. Rollison sneaks around. Just a little bit strong on that jumper, but can't ask for a better look there.
Rollison got the majority of his scoring done in the second half in their last contest. They need him to be a factor on the offensive end of the floor because Xavier Dussel is an excellent shooter. Kobe Sanders is also an excellent player. They need that third guard out there that can be a threat on the perimeter.
Sanders turning on the afterburners and gets right around Andrew Meta.
Kobe Sanders, so much talent at 6'9". The ability to grab a rebound and push. Terrific move.
And Tyson walked with it. And that will be a turnover for Boise State.
And on one end of the floor, Boise State, quick short roll. As Tyson Degenhart, nice little floater over top of Nick Davidson. And on the other side, Kobe Sanders, so talented, 6'9", real NBA potential, a guy who can do it in a multitude of ways. Big fan of that young man's game, and here he goes again.
Here's Dussel. And he's going to be fouled by Emmanuel Ugo. Dussel will go to the free throw line, I assume. Looked like a shooting foul.
It's going to be a baseline out of bounds. Xavier Dussel, they're going to run him off a lot of floppy actions. They're going to have big guys on both blocks, and they're going to let him pick a side. He's a terrific shooter. They need to look for ways to get him open.
Sanders, post up against Meadow. Doesn't think Meadow can guard him. Spins, turns, and I guess he can. And at least according to Kobe. And he's got another bucket. And Kobe Sanders has all 4 Nevada points.
And if you're Boise State, you're almost willing to live with shots like that. Tough shots over the top of high hands in individual situations. You live with those things.
And Love poked it away. Davidson. Here's 2 elite players in the Mountain West. And that time, Davidson gets the better of Tyson Degenhart. It is going to be a treat to see these 2 guys go against each other.
2 of the best 4-man in the Mountain West Conference. Nick Davidson, Mr. Nevada. Nice little drop step, finish over the top. Tyson Degenhart got to stay up and down. When guarding in the post, Nick Davidson, both parents played sports here at Nevada. He knew he was going to be here pretty much his entire life. A standout player at Mater Dei. You know the powerhouse of California. You're familiar. He's a guy that can do so many different things for this Wolfpack team.
Mater Dei is such a great program that whenever they play tournaments against us in high school, they would have about 4 different teams that they would send to these tournaments. Sometimes they wouldn't even send their real team. They'd send their second B team. And there's foul on Nevada.
You see the athleticism of Andrew Meadow. The sophomore played on the same AAU team as Bronny James and some really talented players, and he was one of their better players. But you see the size, the strength, good athleticism, and he's a quality shooter as well. Just in his sophomore season, but kind of a jack of all trades for this Broncos team.
Shot clock's getting low. Here's another pick and roll. This time he pops this time. And not there, but flying in for the offensive rebound was Andrew Meadow. T.O., you were just talking about him. I know that you think he was better before the haircut. And Leon Rice was joking about that, but, you know, still a great player.
Leon Rice said he brought that hockey mentality with the long hair. He's still bringing it, still strong, still physical. He's going to crash from the to the offensive glass from the corners, but if this guy gets going, it is massive. Xavier Dussel, one of the best shooters in Mountain West Conference history, percentage-wise.
I hate to interrupt you, but he just tied to go into second place all time in Mountain West history. Here is Rallison. Rallison. And a holding foul on Pearson Carmichael.
I like the way the action's playing for Nevada. Xavier Dussel, terrific shooting the ball. Get that man open. You'll give him a 10-4 lead. A lot of talent for Boise State. Talked about Alvaro Cardenas, new point guard on the roster, doing a terrific job. And then on the other side, Xavier Dussel is really, really good.
And just a second ago, audience from FS2 missed it, but he just moved into a tie for second place all-time in three-pointers in Mountain West Conference history. He is now only chasing down Justinian Jessup of Boise State. Hey, Terrence, you were quite the shooter. Do you think Dussel gets it today?
It's very possible if he gets hot that he gets it today, but That ball is going to have to pop around the perimeter because he relies a little bit on his teammates to get some of those shots. But if he gets his hands on leather, it's going up, and he's a terrific shooter.
Andrew Meadow with an aggressive mindset to start this game. And he is going to draw a foul and go to the free throw line. Foul on Cardenas is first.
And you see a little bit of what Andrew Meadow's capable of. Going up and above, using that upper body strength that he has. Able to get to the free throw line.
He's an excellent free throw shooter, but he misses the first.
Put on a lot of good weight since he's got to the campus. Andrew Meadow just plays within himself, another piece. But you see up and down the roster for Boise State how physically mature and strong this group is. Tough, hard-nosed. That's how Leon Rice likes to coach. That's how this Broncos program has been playing over the last 15 seasons.
Sanders lines up the triple. Tapped out by Davidson. Rollison, Ducell fires a three. And a rare miss from Ducell. McBride is going to be tagged with the offensive rebound on the loose ball. Crowd's not going to like it, but Terrence, I think that was the correct call.
That is absolutely right. Yes, Omar Stanley doing a nice job boxing out underneath. Justin McBride a little too physical, crashing the offensive glass. We're going to be able to take another look at it. You see right up underneath the rim, and Justin McBride can't extend your arms out. If you're going to crash the offensive glass and somebody meets you there, you have to use your lower body to carve out that space.
Here's Bowie into the game, the backup point guard. Kick ball out of bounds. It will remain with Boise State. And Terrence, what do you think about Julian Bowie? He was brought in. Essentially, he's kind of the replacement for Roddy Anderson behind Lawlor Cardenas. What do you think about his game?
I think he's young. He's learning. True freshman. Two-time Idaho State Player of the Year. He's got a terrific body and good quickness. But when you're playing beside a guy like Cardenas, Exhibit A, you're going to have to sit and wait your turn a little bit. Cardenas has been terrific this season after playing a bunch for Tim Miles down at San Jose State.
I know Cardenas is an excellent passer, but I'm a little surprised that his career high is only 23. He's an excellent scorer as well.
He's a point guard's point guard. He's going to set up his teammates. He's not looking for his own offense first. Just such a cerebral playmaker.
Kobe really loves that step back mid-range shot.
That's a talented dude right there. 6'9", can step over the top and knock down shots, creating, facing up. I'm telling you, Derek, he has real NBA potential.
Yeah, Steve Alford, when he was informed that Trey Coleman was going to be out for the season with the broken hand, he had to make a decision on who he wanted to put in that starting lineup next to Sanders. That's a nice move there by Stanley inside. Alford really likes the fact that he can play Sanders and Tyler Rollison together because he says they both play well off the ball.
Well, I think it frees up Kobe Sanders to be more of a pure scorer. And I don't think he was playing out of position, but this frees him up to be a more assertive offensive player. And I think Nevada needs him to be that guy. And you've seen their improvement since he's been able to play almost exclusively on the wing.
Good defense by Rollison, ripping it away from Cardenas. They've got numbers. McBride to the rim and a finish. What a defensive play by the young guard Tyler Rollison.
Initiating the break named Justin McBride. Super talented young player from Oklahoma State. Transferred over this season. Can really score the basketball.
Nice pass there by Bowie. Trying to stand it. Somebody's open. He's done. It's going to be Meadow.
I think if you're Omar Stanley, you get the ball in the post right there, DC. You need to make a decision quicker to get to that spot. It's turning into the Kobe Sanders show. Look at the double team coming over. Excellent physicality for Boise State. Off the ball. I thought that was a good defensive possession. In Nevada, getting after it on defense. Tyler Rollison, terrific play. Strong hands, and they're off to the races. And then Justin McBride just finishes using his athleticism in transition.
Omar Stanley picked up the foul 29 feet away from the basket. There's Coleman out for the season, broken hand. And he was literally the Iron Wolf, Terrence. He played the most games in his feet on the ground, Terrence, and knocked it down. Nope. Another try. That's long.
Hey, if you're Nevada, you're lucky right there.
Yep.
Reason being, you have some substitutions come in. Steve Alford not happy with his team right now, understandably so. You have to get back and communicate when you sub into the basketball game. Meadow gets a wide open three in the left corner. Those things can't happen. That's when you have to rely on it being towards the end of the season. You guys got to come in there, communicate at a higher level.
Some commotion going on between Steve Alford and the referees. I think he thinks it should be Nevada basketball. Nevertheless, the refs give it to Boise State.
Nevada coming out after that out of bounds in a 2-3 zone. And if you're going to do that, better guard the shooter. Or just let him shoot.
Uriah Coleman in the game early for Nevada. As Alford goes with the 7-footer in his lineup. Gannon's got an ISO against Coleman. And he trapped. So Nevada's off to a good start, Terrence. This is exactly what Steve Alford needed. And it's 17-9, but can they hold on? Guess we'll have to wait and see. Tomorrow on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to Atlanta, the ATL, where the best drivers in the world take on the high banks in an all-out battle for the checkered flag. Pre-race coverage begins at 2 p.m. Eastern with the green flag at 3, only on Fox. So, Terrence, Nevada off to a good start here at home. And what do you think has been the biggest reason why they've been able to get out to this lead?
Well, I think the big thing right now is 6 points off turnovers, but Kobe Sanders has been terrific in isolation situations. 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting, and none of those attempts have been easy.
Sanders has smoked that one at the rim. And the ball's going to remain. Nope, and it's actually going to go the other way.
I think you see his physicality, though, as a guard at that size. You need to be able to finish those plays, but I like his assertiveness. And bringing him off the ball, and you alluded to it, Derek, it allows him to be more assertive for his own offense. I thought when you and I did a game earlier this season at Utah State, being a point guard had him take his foot off the gas pedal a little bit, trying to create. Now, he's numero uno on the offensive scouting report as far as trying to score the ball. So you're seeing a big difference in his aggressiveness and his ability to score. Nice pass. Better block.
Rejection by Uriah Coleman. It was all good there until it wasn't. And Coleman erased that nice pass by Keene. But, Terrence, I think Keene's got to shoot that open shot.
That's one thing we talked to Leon Rice about before the game. R.J. Keene, he's a great teammate, terrific, unselfish player. He was a big-time scorer in high school as he picks up the foul. Just has been overly unselfish he's been unselfish to a fault, but you see, nice pass here. Uriah Coleman coming over late. That is way up there towards the top of the square.
By the way, that was only his
real size.
That was only his second block of the season.
We hadn't played that much.
Yeah.
But good athleticism, real size at the 5 spot. They'd love to see him be a little bit more effective on the defensive end.
Good closeout to Ducell. He's going to take it to the rim. Oh, a rare 2-pointer for the man they call X.
That's what you see. Nevada now on a 7-0 run. He hits his first 3, and now the defense jumps out on him. Nice shot fake, get all the way to the cup. Help's got to come over a little bit sooner. This 2-3 zones bothered Boise State a little bit.
Taking hard trap in the corner. Gets it to Carmine. Cardenas, nice open look.
I got to say, Boise State, they've gotten a lot of good looks against that zone, just haven't been able to knock down shots.
Bailey, mid-range shot, no good. Coleman battling with Keene, who comes up with the rebound.
Here's the thing, if you're R.J. Keene now, we talked about being too unselfish. You go up against the zone, you need to have your hands and feet ready to fire, because if you don't, you're hurting the team by not getting up those shots. And Javen Buchanan's able to knock down the 15-footer.
Just their 5th field goal. They're now 5 of 14 from the floor. And that's going to be a foul on Keene. And he's got A little bit of something to say to Justin McBride. McBride didn't like the way that foul was committed.
I didn't see a big deal. This is much ado about nothing. And here's the thing, Keane's trying to get through the screen, doing so physically, but you need to get on that outside shoulder, as he can't decide whether or not he's going to go around or he's going to cheat through. If you cheat through, you give up that flare screen. I mean, I'll tell you this.
Yeah,
Hey, get your money's worth.
Yeah.
And R.J. Keane did.
You're right. There's nothing there, but
just good, hard-nosed plays, all that was.
Yeah, but if you're Steve Alford, you got to like a little bit of spice from the big man, McBride. Competitive spirit. Bailey tried to come over, but it was a little too late. And another nice pass by Cardenas to Degenhardt.
Even better running of the floor by Degenhardt. Gets there, establishes post position, and Cardenas just understands, if I just get it there, Tyson Degenhardt gets that ball off the backboard as quick as anybody in college basketball. That is his specialty. He catches and gets rid of the ball to score as fast as anybody at this level.
McBride crashing his way in.
Hey, what? Justin McBride. Talented young man, physical, plays with an edge. I like how he's opened this game up.
What did they talk about in the Michael Jordan documentary is when Michael Jordan
Invented things to get mad at to get him going. Well, I think it helped McBride right there as Bailey crushing his way in.
What, Nevada's not even having to run offense right now. They're getting rebounds and running the floor. We're forcing turnovers. And if you don't get back and communicate against the athletes that the Wolfpack have on the hardwood, you're in trouble.
They close out on Carmichael. Don't want to let him shoot. The zone is really giving Boise State fits. One-on-one against Davidson. Degenhardt, that's a tough shot. And who's the foul going to be on? The way Dussell's reacting, it looks like it's going to be on him.
Nevada's playing well, especially in the half court. Nice cut by McBride. He'll finish in the trees. Big time physical play. Then next time down, Chuck Bailey attacking the defense. This is where Nevada's been best. In transition, giving them a 10-point lead.
Back here in Lawlor Event Center, where Nevada has taken the fight right to Boise State. They lead by 10, and see all those pink scarves the fans are wearing? This is the breast cancer awareness game. So every fan, including us, Terrence, were gifted some nice pink towels for breast cancer awareness.
That's a scarf right there. You got to stay warm over here close to the mountains, DC. I know you live in California. You probably don't need it.
I don't even know what a scarf is. That's why I just called it a towel.
No, I think it's a really cool thing, and you see it around the arena here. And the Conrad Breast Center is named in honor of Raymond and Jean Conrad, who supported a project, who led a $5 million gift in 23 to the Renowned Health Foundation. I think that's a great thing for all involved, and I'm glad that these people get this recognition.
Well, Meadows got all the looks he's wanted to this game and finally gets one to go.
Yeah, he does. He loves those corner threes, and he knows that Cardenas and some of these good, well-passing guards are going to be able to find him. He doesn't have to create too much on his own.
Here's Sanders. McBride, can he keep it going? That one was a bit short. Came off flat.
Yeah, he double clutched that one. Wasn't ready to shoot it. And all your power in those corner threes comes from your legs. It's hard to catch those and let them fire stiff leg.
Stanley had a mismatch. Kept swinging it around. Sets the screen for Cardenas. A step back check for Cardenas. Not quite. But Meadow again on the offensive glass. Andrew Meadow is absolutely everywhere.
Andrew Meadow so far, 2 offensive boards, 8 points, playing well for Boise. Got to find some other guys to play with him.
Sanders, double. No look. Davidson yanks and fires a 3 and he hits.
That's one thing about Kobe Sanders. His ability to score in the mid-post forces you to send another defender at him because of his size. That's going to open up looks on the perimeter, and Nick Davidson very capable of knocking down shots. 40% on the year, 39.6 rather.
Here's Meadow, still keeping his foot on the accelerator, and it's good again.
I love it. You're starting to see his offensive game flourish a little bit. A couple of corner threes, attacks the offensive glass with his physicality, and then getting in the mid-post and scoring over the top. Hey, look, he's not the most featured guy on this Broncos roster, but you're getting a glimpse into the future.
Bailey, extra pass. Cardenas slipped. Ducell missed the bank shot.
And if you're Chuck Bailey, that ball needs to get over there quicker. That ball gets over to Ducell without the hesitation. That's an open look for one of the best shooters in Mountain West Conference history.
Meadow. That time he was blocked. Terrence, this is a really different look for Nevada offensively, as Davidson has another three. Not quite there, but I have not seen, and maybe this is because of the lineup change, I haven't seen Sanders play the point guard spot out of the post all season, really.
That's where Nevada feels like they have an advantage, because it's 6'9" over the top, and Cardenas, he loves this left dribble, step back jump shot from three. He is really good at that. Such a terrific point guard. Leon Rice said, I got the best year of his career here at Boise State.
All of a sudden, Terrence, this has been a story of Nevada's season. Despite that excellent start they got out to, look who's coming. Boise State down by just 3.
I think the thing you take away whenever you play Boise State, it's the consistency in their approach. They're going to continue to play physically on defense. They're going to continue to attack on both the offensive and defensive glass. They're by far the best rebounding team in this league. And you see just the physicality. It's an accumulating effect throughout the course of the whole game. And Alvaro Cardenas, that is not an easy look. And sometimes when guys are playing off of you a little bit, you have to be able to knock that shot down. And a point guard's point guard. He's not going to take shots like that out of nowhere. He's going to let the defense dictate what he's going to do, and he's going to make the right read more often than not.
Boise State, if they want to remain in
that's a big one coming up.
Yep, NCAA contention, they have to take care of business here. And yeah, that one, a big one at Utah State. Terrence, I'm really excited to call that one. That should be a showdown.
Jared Calhoun has done a terrific job in Logan this season. Boise, not an easy place to play a basketball game.
Davidson thought he was hit in the face, and they forced him into a trap.
That's a good call. I think Nick Davidson was trying to escape and jump stop out of it. But you need to stay strong with that ball. I wouldn't put the ball on the deck until I observed what was happening on the backside of the defense.
He was one-on-one against Buchanan, and Davidson made a motion that Buchanan hit him in the face. Swiped it up the ball.
And again, Nevada changing defenses. Going with the 1-3-1 extended pressure. They have athletes. You have to be able to move the ball quickly. Direct passes is how you beat the zone.
Keene sitting open in the corner. Moving back and forth like a windshield wiper behind the defense. Shot clock's hitting low. Degenhardt fires the three, and it's good! And Boise State has tied the game. Just like that. Leon Rice is pumping up his team.
Quick passes, open shots. They've got 5 guys on the floor who can knock it through.
And it looked like Davidson may have got away with another travel, but Rollison. Good job by Davidson fighting in the glass and drawing the foul.
And if you're going up against a zone, DC, you have to move that ball with purpose, and Cardenas understands that corner's going to be open against a 1-3-1, and who better than Degenhardt to finish.
Well, all the good feeling from Nevada's start has been thrown out the window, never to be heard from again, as Boise State is on an 8-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. And at the same time, Nevada with a 3-minute drive.
DC, there'll be some more good feelings. It's not to never be heard from again. We'll hear from them again. There will be good feelings for Nevada again. You got to be ever the optimist when we're calling games here. Nevada, it's come down to this. Nevada.
Temporarily, Terry.
Absolutely. I like the temporarily fix a little bit better. But look, the first 10 minutes of this game, Nevada was forcing turnovers, getting out and running. And then Kobe Sanders was hitting some tough shots, and they were doing some things where they were playing faster.
Yeah.
Over the last 4 minutes, Boise State stopped turning the basketball over, and they started knocking down shots. 13-3 run over the last 4. And it's been a result of sharp play on the offensive end of the floor and then getting their defense in front on the other side. As long as Boise State has their defense set, they're confident because they're so big and switchable 1 through 5.
And to your point, Terrence, as Cardenas moves it around to Keene, Buchanan's going to have a straightaway 3. And Boise State's going to take the lead. And Nevada against Colorado State, it was kind of the same story. They got off to a great start, but they failed to put their foot on the necks of Colorado State when they had them up. Gave up some bad plays down the stretch. That's Big Ten. And Sanders continues to cook, but that's been kind of what Steve Alford has kind of been looking for his team. Nevada just can't put teams away and knock them down while they're down.
Well, that, on top of the fact that Boise State just has so many guys that can hit shots, and they attack the offensive glass. And I'll say this, Justin McBride got fouled.
I was thinking the same thing.
But these are big-time shots. Cardenas getting in the paint. And then on the right side of the floor, you just move it around. And Javen Buchanan, who did not belong at the NAI level, knocks down a 3. And then Kobe Sanders on the other end. Pick and roll work, 6'9", elevate over the top, forget it. But back to number 22, Javen Buchanan, was at Indiana Wesleyan and was a first-team All-American in NAI. And if you go back and watch that film, he did not belong there. This guy can score. He's got real game.
Cardenas not there. And another thing Leon Rice was talking about Buchanan, a lot of these guys sometimes can get overlooked if they're not playing on the Nike Summits or tournaments that national guys have their eyes on. But
sure,
Buchanan really put in work to get eyes on him and really worked on his game to get seen. Leon Rice was actually scouting somebody else and saw this kid and was like, hey, I kind of want him to play with me.
Well, he was a guy that was making waves last summer when he hit the portal just because of big switchable shooters. Speaking of which, Nick Davidson can do that as well.
Davidson, a nice shot over the double team. Mr. Nevada, Mr. Consistency.
And I like this decision. Justin McBride slowing down. And then this is just, you know what? Sometimes good offense beats good defense.
Yep.
Right. So you just have to live with the shot made like that.
Nevada takes the lead back. Reno coming around the corner. That's not his shot. He's going to get bailed out by a foul. And immediately my first thought, Terrence, you got to look at that. Did he kick his leg out, or is that a legit call?
No, I think that was a legit call. Like Kobe Sanders came a little bit too hot around the corner. And hey, look, you're going to set a stagger screen for Meadow. He comes off. This is terrific footwork. And he got him on the arm before he even got him in the lower body. So Andrew Meadow, I'm telling you, we're getting a glimpse into the future. He's not the first option, not the second option. Sometimes during the course of the game, not even the third option. But I'm telling you, this young player is going to score a lot of points for Boise State. And you're seeing the diversity in his game, the ability to knock down threes, attack the offensive glass, post up a little bit, and now getting to the free throw line. That's a lot of ways to get buckets.
And to your point, Terrence, the last time these two teams matched up, it was the other guys that helped Boise State get to the victory. With Buchanan was their leading scorer with 19.
And that's why Boise State's dangerous, because of how many different guys can score.
Sanders bump and grind and forcing his way in. That time a little out of control.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of that ball and then come back off. I appreciate how aggressive he's been. Move that ball, let it work for you a little bit more. If you can't attack inside 3 dribbles, there's not a lot of good that's going to happen at the college level.
Stanley put on the brakes. Here's Meadow with a post up against Rawlison. It's not sweet down there.
It's not sweet down there.
I don't think that was the right call.
Yeah, that was not the right call. Cardenas, an easy 1-2 step. That was a poor call by the officiating crew, but nonetheless, we're going to get a timeout on the floor, I believe. 32nd.
You like that? You like that phrase, Terrence? It's not sweet down there.
That just caught me off guard. No, you know, Rollison switches off, and you have to be physical when you're a little undersized guarding some of these bigger players. But, you know, if you're Nevada right now, you're trying to get something to Kobe Sanders in the mid-post to where he can evaluate the defense first. I feel like if he's catching it out the three-point line and he puts the ball on the deck, it takes away his effectiveness as a passer. That makes it hard for a guy like him who sees the floor really well, but he gets a little bit one-track minded when he gets in isolation situations.
That that timeout was taken by Steve Alford, and he only has 2 left, something to keep an eye on. Terrence, that phrase comes straight out of the park when you have guys that are bigger than you trying to post you up, and you gotta let. And
it's not sweet. Yeah, you gotta let them know. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Smaller guard, you know, think you can just take advantage of me? No, I don't think so. Now, Rollison, we talked about his offensive game, but he's impressive defensively. He has some pretty good defensive potential going forward for the Nevada Wolfpack with Steve Alford. Got a good defensive body, good legs. Strong. Speaking of strong.
Hey, look, I love that offensive set. You come out of the timeout, you run a little bit of a Spain action, which is a pick and roll, and then you set a back screen on the help defender. And what happens is you get the switch that you want, and Kobe Sanders does a nice job of getting to his left hand and finishing around the cup. Really nice play after a timeout by Steve Alford.
A double standard skip pass. Cardenas, another nice dime for Buchanan. That's what he does.
Nice job, Cardenas, getting into the middle of that zone, playing off 2 feet, not being in a hurry. Point guard's point guard.
One final possession here for the Nevada Wolfpack.
Look for the same action. Spain, you're going to have a pick and roll with Davidson. Sanders is going to set a back screen and try to get the ball.
Here's Rollison in iso land. Step back jack at the buzzer. And the tap by Davidson, no good. And that's how we are going to go in to the halftime break. And it's a good one. Kobe Sanders is trying to make sure that Nevada does not go quietly. We'll be right back for this halftime show. Boise State up by 2. It's a good one here from Lawlor Event Center. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Back with you in Reno, and Nevada had the lead early, but since then, Boise State has come back to take the lead, and they lead this one by 2. Derek Clark, Terrence Oglesby, and pretty much the main reason that we see as the reason why Boise State's got this league. A guy named Andrew Meadow has been doing some great things for Boise State and Leon Rice.
Well, it's been that, certainly, and it's also been the fact that Boise State quit turning the basketball over. But when they don't, it's been Andrew Meadow showing his versatility and how he can score. Look, you know he's this big physical wing that can crash the offensive glass and finish some. What he hasn't necessarily shown, DC, is his ability to post up and score over the top. This guy has a lot of game, and we don't even have time to show his 3, but he's extended his range out beyond the three-point line as well. This is a guy who can really score the basketball, and his shots have started to go down for Boise State. They've been able to hold off Nevada despite such a strong opening to this game.
We'll be back, throwing it back to the studio. The guys on standby. Don't go away. Back with you here in Reno. Boise State, after being behind early on, responded, and they've come back to take the lead. Kobe Sanders, in this new role that he has, being able to play a lot off the ball, has been much more aggressive hunting his shot, Terrence.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And him turning into that surefire #1 option on the offensive end, it's allowed him to open up his game a little bit as far as scoring is concerned. With Rollison running the point, they're initiating their offense with the intent of getting him the ball in the mid-post or at the top of the key in spaces that he can operate and observe the defense. Really, I'll be honest, throughout the course of the first half, I only counted one bad decision on his part with a forced jump shot. Outside of that, he's played pretty well.
Here's Boise State with the first possession of the second half. Degenhardt almost had a look. Love, good closeout. Meadow off the bounce. Still hot. Oh, can't get that one to go.
But that all starts with Tyson Degenhardt on the other side of the floor, absorbing the double team and getting that ball out quickly. And as a result, Boise State's so unselfish around the perimeter. Pop, pop, ball gets to the corner. Meadows dealing with a closeout in a stress situation, so he's able to get downhill. And you saw the lower body strength there as well with the 1-2 getting to the middle of the lane. Leon Rice really optimistic about Meadows' future potential.
One guy's name we haven't called yet is Pearson Carmichael, who, of course, is coming off his career high against New Mexico of all teams. Leon Rice threw him in there. And only attempted one shot, Terrence, but I have a feeling if this game gets close late, he might hit a couple and make the difference in the game for Boise State.
Good offensive possession.
Ducell, rare miss.
But that's what you're willing to live with. Nick Davidson gets it in the mid-post, observes the defense, doesn't put it on the deck, takes his time, and you get a wide-open look for your best three-point shooter. Two quality possessions to start this half by each team.
Here's Carmichael. Bumping and grinding against the smaller Rollison. And that time he took advantage. Come on, man.
6'7" freshman. The guy's 18 years old. The man they call Peanut.
I told you we'd hear from him soon. Just didn't know it was that soon.
Went to Summit High School in Bend, Oregon. He's a two-time Oregon State Player of the Year. This guy can really score, and you can see why they yanked that red shirt off of him so quickly.
Initially, it was an injury to R.J. Keene when he broke his nose. Ducell, that time it was blocked by Pearson Carmichael. Michael. Alford's already used a few of his timeouts, only has 2 left. Boise State trying to take some momentum. Oh, a rare off-target pass for Carmichael. I don't think it's a very rare occasion where Cardenas throws an off-target pass. Sanders, another mid-range jumper.
You know what's crazy about that shot? He shot about 3 of those right there. His heels have been on the three-point line. He scoots out an extra 1.5 feet, and you get 3 instead of 2. And we're looking at a different score overall. I mean, that's pretty obvious of me to say, but that's where his game could develop a little bit.
Carmichael, good look, just missed a little bit to the left. Here's Robinson. Davidson. And gets the and one.
Come on, man, how good is that? Nick Davidson.
Davidson with the roly-poly towards the rim.
Nice shot fake. Late closeout by Degenhardt. He allows Nick Davidson to get downhill.
Look at that spin, Terrence.
Really nice move.
There's somebody that embodies this Nevada Wolfpack program. It's Nick Davidson's already a 1,000-point scorer. He was honored before the game, crossing over the 1,000 career scoring mark. And he still has a lot of basketball left in him. He's got another year left of eligibility.
Well, he was third team All Mountain West last year.
Yep.
And he's just been Mr. Dependable for everything the Wolfpack does throughout the course of the game.
Got him back within 1. Meadow, fire. And maybe a little ambitious with that shot, Terrence.
I think Boise State's settling a little bit. I'm not mad at the shot attempt, but let that ball work a little bit more. You saw Pearson Carmichael on the previous possession come off. Shot goes well left.
Yep.
Ended up in the same spot of the floor. Take your time. Let that ball work. Get so many guys that can score. There's no need to force tough looks.
Sanders caught the foul by Andrew Meadow on the first. And Sanders continues to put his foot on the gas, up to 12 points. And he'll go to the free throw line for his first attempt of the game. First foul on. Oh, no, he won't go to the line. No, called on the ground. No. Sanders forcing his way in. Oh, what a move by Kobe Sanders.
That's a big-time player right there. Kobe Sanders, Cal Poly transfer. It's been terrific all season long.
7-0 run for the Wolfpack, and now they're back in the lead. Martinez hesitating, throwing it up, and can't get it to go. Rawlinson picks up the foul. That's just a wily veteran move by the point guard, Cardenas.
On the other side, Kobe Sanders doing a terrific job getting to the middle. Tyson Degenhart did a pretty nice job, but this is just terrific court awareness, knowing where you're at around the rim. Kobe Sanders so skilled at 6'9".
Great footwork, too, by Sanders. Cardenas a miss. Crowd is getting activated here. Trying to force the second consecutive miss. Not going to get it. So here's Rawlinson, a quiet night scoring, but he does have 5 assists and no turnovers. Sanders fires again. Stanley, a nice offensive, or should be a defensive rebound. And it's ripped away by Love. Diving on the ground. Everybody's diving for it, but no one can come up with it. And it's going to remain with Nevada. Great hustle there, first by Love, and then Rawlinson. And it's knocked out and will stay with the Pack.
Nice job, Brandon Love. Gets out, tries to get this ball. Got to be the first to the floor right there, Derek. But you see R.J. Keene, Rawlinson. I thought it might have gone off of Rawlinson. Nevertheless, ends up Nevada's ball. And if you're Brandon Love, he's being outweighed by pretty much everybody on Boise State's roster. He has to be the tougher player. You want to talk about tough players? Nick Davidson, Exhibit A.
Yeah, you mentioned Love's got to be the first to the floor, but you know what he wanted to do with that one, right?
He wanted to tear the rim off, but at the same time, you can't do it if you don't have the ball.
Here's Keene. Stanley sets the pick. Okay, that's a good look. And he knocks it down.
There's an old saying, Derek, passer makes the shooter. Cardenas put that right on the numbers. And Jaden Buchanan, terrific shooter in his own right on the season. Hits about a third of him. I think he's a better shooter than that. You'll see that eventually.
Cardenas is already the all-time single-season assist holder for Boise State. Ball's tapped around like a ping pong ball. Oh, I thought Sanders could have shot that one right there. Instead, he's going to go to the basket. Oh, my goodness! That was absolutely disgusting! Basket. I'm still on fire with the last one. What in the world was that?
Man. What a way to hush the crowd by Jaden Buchanan, but you know, talk about a display of athleticism. Holy smokes.
Here's Sanders, rising, fires again. It's the Kobe Sanders game! Boise State trying to get the momentum back. Buchanan lines it up. Wow! Big time shot by Buchanan. Back cares about the crowd and the dunks.
Back and forth we go. Big time shot by Kobe Sanders. The nice offense by Boise State, using a good majority of the shot clock before finding an open Buchanan. Big time shot. Back and forth we go here in Reno.
What a job by Buchanan absorbing those massive punches. As Nick Davis is going to be fouled by Buchanan.
Hey, I like dunks. Do you like dunks? Seems like you do. Go left. Kobe Sanders up and away. My goodness.
Well, this instant replay here, we all know what it is sponsored by Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires.
Look at the elevation. Kobe Sanders off 2 feet. These are things you dream about, DC. Just absolutely disgusting. He saw him. He said, "Meet me at the rim, sir."
That man has a family.
Yeah, he does. My goodness.
Wow.
What a look. What a terrific job by our camera crew getting all of these. And, man, rightfully so. Look at the bench going crazy.
Terrence, is it hyperbole to say it? Got a guy named Kobe wearing the number 8? Was that up there? Was that a little?
I mean, that was a big-time finish is what that was. Kobe Sanders, holy smokes. He's been terrific here in this second half. Had 10 in the first short, 9 through the first 6 minutes and change of this second half. And give me another one.
Oh, that time Stanley was like, not twice, young fella. I'm not getting dunked on twice in the same game.
How about the fact that he's getting these angles, getting downhill, both going to his left hand. Buchanan opened up a little bit too much, and Omar Stanley said, "Hey, I'm not doing it twice." And that was almost a clean block.
Just had the hand on his side there.
Hey, Omar Stanley's a really good athlete. And for Kobe Sanders to get up there and challenge him at the rim once again.
One more.
My word.
And give Stanley credit, by the way. I mean, yeah, you just get dunked on. You know that's going to be on every single highlight tape across the country. And what happens? He comes again. He meets him at the rim. Not that time.
Hey, here's the thing too, DC. Like, if you're going to block shots, you're going to get dunked on.
Yep.
So those things go hand in hand. But Omar Stanley would fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
Missed 1 of 2.
Or, excuse me, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's not going to happen twice to Omar Stanley.
We're still trying to catch our breath here. But
nice pass.
And Stanley, couldn't quite get that one. But Terrence, what was more impressive, the dunk or Buchanan's response to that haymaker that Kobe Sanders threw?
Well, I think the fact that Boise State as a whole maintained their composure, but Javen Buchanan was the guy who ended up with the ball at the end of the clock. This has been an all-around nice performance by both teams here in the second half. This game's shaping up to be a classic because both of these guys doing a terrific job of finding offense and maintaining their toughness.
That time Degenhart, Mountain West leader in free throws, forced his way and free throws made, that is. And got Davidson off the half spin, and then McBride was there to help out.
And here's what's been happening with Nevada. They've been trapping from the top side. Degenhart knows that before they get there, or before they have the opportunity to get there, he attacks the rim, sees the younger McBride with his arms down, and being the veteran player that he is, understands I get to the free throw line when I see that.
Degenhart shoots the free throws about 80% missed out.
We talked to Leon Rice before the game, and I asked him, where's Tyson's statue going to be? He said it's going to be right off.
He said Kellen Moore?
Kellen Moore Boulevard, right beside Ashton Genty's statue, right there in the middle of Boise. I mean, very strong chance he ends up being the all-time leading scorer at Boise State. And he's had a terrific career in the blue jerseys.
Holding foul called in the corner.
It has been physical. Everything inside 15 feet for both teams. Nothing comes easy. Nick Davidson trying to post up. Degenhart cutting him off and remaining physical.
No one in real foul trouble yet. Nobody has more than 2 on either side. And this is a matchup I just like to see. Degenhart and Davidson. Here's Sanders again. Spin. Fade. And it looks like it was all fake. And it'll go to Boise State.
The versatility in Kobe Sanders' shot creation so far in this second half has been awesome. He's knocked down a long 3 on the left 45. He's gotten into the mid-range, missed that one. Then he's finished above the rim. I've said it all season long, it feels like, DC, but I mean, he's got a real chance to play at the NBA level.
He was named Mountain West Newcomer of the Year. Shot clock at 6 seconds. Degenhart on fire. Buchanan. No foul. Wow, it's physical down there. It's a football game. Bailey, pull up, mid-range jumper. Out there. Sanders, by the way, to 20 points. Cardenas, no. Stanley, good rebound. Buchanan's open, but they'll pull this one out. And Bailey, a holding foul on the perimeter. Well, it's getting good, Terrence. It's getting really, really good in here as these two teams fight for position in the Mountain West standings. Well, it's been a game of heavy punches and counter punches, and one guy who's had the counter punch in his bag is Javen Buchanan, the junior.
Absolutely, he has knocked down all 3 of his 3-point attempts, and here in this second half, 3 of 4 from the field with 8 points. And I'm not saying he's been a run stopper, but he's been a guy for Boise State who's answered the bell every single time Nevada starts to get things going. A terrific player, an Indiana Wesleyan transfer. You don't hear that school being brought up all that much when it comes to high-level Division I play, but was much better than that level, and now he's proven his growth in Mountain West play. A terrific scorer with size, and Leon Rice told us he's really worked on his body since arriving in Boise.
Buchanan averages about just over 11 points a game. Only 2 starts, has played the rest of the season off the bench. Leads the team in field goal percentage at 55%. And looks like Nevada has come out in its own, Terrence.
That's something they've done. They've mixed up their coverages. They've mixed up their defense, trying to keep Boise State off balance because they have so many guys that can make decisions. And here's the thing. We've talked about it and we've seen it throughout the course of the game. And you saw Leon Rice right there pleading with R.J. Keene to shoot the freaking basketball, is what I understood him to say. You have to be ready to shoot. And R.J. Keene, for some reason, has lost his confidence in letting this ball go. He's had 2 or 3 opportunities in the corner to knock down shots, and he won't even pull the trigger. But that guy will.
It's just getting ridiculous out here for Kobe Sanders. Shooting over double teams, dunking over people. Sanders up to 22. And Terrence, we've hammered this point in during the broadcast, but the addition of Rawlinson, and obviously we wish Trey Coleman the best, and unfortunately that his career, unfortunately, is going to end with that hand injury. But you know, this insertion of Rawlinson into the starting lineup has completely unlocked Kobe Sanders' offensive scoring game.
We can afford to be a little bit more selfish.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing, and I mean selfish in a positive way with his ability to just try to create looks for himself.
And Terrence, at Cal Poly, that's what he was. He was an excellent scorer. Speaking of an excellent scorer, there's Tyson Degenhart finishing inside. That's what Kobe Sanders did.
This was such a good play by Alvaro Cardenas. He sees that he can't get the ball directly in. What does he do? He throws the R.J. Keene pass to where they can get a high-low from the top of the key. That is what I like to call a Gretzky assist, or what everybody calls a hockey assist. He throws it to the guy who can make that pass. That is a terrific read by a veteran point guard. We've talked it all day, right, DC? A point guard's point guard. Making that second-level read is why he's so valuable.
Foul went on McBride, and he's the first one to pick up a 3rd foul. Speaking of hockey, you think the USA team could have used Andrew Meadow on their team against Canada?
Not with the haircut.
Rawlinson, can he get going? That was a good look, just a tad bit long. It's only Rawlinson's 4th field goal attempt. Meadow trying to get back right, and he does.
He's big, he's strong, he's physical, and Andrew Meadow, this might be his coming out party. Look, regains his pivot, shoots over top, and Chuck Bailey III, you can't let him get that type of position in transition. You have to get back, you have to stay in front and at least discourage the entry pass, because if it gets that deep, I don't care who's down there in the post, I don't like your chances.
Bailey's going to sit. And Boise State out to their largest lead at 6 points. Big possession here for the Wolfpack. Who can they find to get a bucket?
This is what makes it difficult to score on Boise State. They switched everything right here. Any pick and roll, they're just jumping out and switching, except for against Sanders.
Sanders, another pull-up mid-range jumper.
Special today. Absolutely special today.
He is single-handedly keeping the Wolfpack in this game. Talk about Nick Davidson. Nick Davidson has been Mr. Consistency. He's led the Wolfpack in scoring as it's picked off. Here's Rollison to the basket and Rollison tried to flop a little bit and draw a foul, but thankfully his teammate picked it off for him and got a run out.
Nice pass, Joseph McBride getting out in transition, and Rollison sees the defense coming. I thought he initiated the contact right there, but nice job staying aggressive. Understood that he didn't have the size advantage. You better create some contact.
Now fouls starting to pile up a little bit. Foul went on Keene. Picked up his third. And going back to what I was saying earlier about Nick Davidson, he has been Mr. Consistency all year for Nevada, and he has led the team in scoring in 11 out of their 15 Mountain West Conference games. And you sat here and wondering, hey, where is Kobe Sanders been? He's just kind of been very steady and solid, but you're waiting for him to have a game like this where he really makes his impact felt.
Nice pass.
Here's Meadow again. Can he stay hot? Oh, the rip ripped him off. Have it back down by 3. Rollison, stop, start. Oh, that time, bad turnover there. And now Boise State's got numbers. Here's Meadow with a jam. What a find by Cardenas. And is this Boise State, Nevada, or did I see Florida Gulf Coast come out? It's Dunk City all over again.
What a quality defensive possession by Javen Buchanan that ignites the break for Boise State. We'll be able to take another look. Terrific pass up, and Alvaro Cardenas throw it up to the guy with the goggles. He knows what to do. Back in Reno, and I love it when good defense leads to terrific offense. And Javen Buchanan, number 22, is going to come up and guard this ball screen and maintain active hands. That ignites the break. My man takes off running, sees the point guard ahead, and I've heard rumors. But yes, Derek, yes, he can jump. Andrew Meadow has been awesome, but what an ignition of the fast break by terrific defense by Javen Buchanan. And if Alvaro Cardenas gets that ball in transition, you know the right play is going to be made, and Andrew Meadow just happened to be the beneficiary.
And Andrew Meadow is from a place called Santa Clarita, California. And for those of you not familiar with the West Coast, that's the home of one of the best theme parks you'll ever find, Magic Mountain. And Andrew Meadow has certainly taken Boise State on quite the wild roller coaster ride right here in Lawlor Event Center. Sanders, they double. That was probably a long time coming. McBride. Shot clock's getting low. What a backdoor cut by Sanders. A spinorama! Busting out the tornado! What can this man do today? And the high IQ play, Terrence, knowing the shot clock was coming down, cut behind the defense.
And a terrific pass by Nick Davidson, making it possible for him to get that head of steam.
Zone. Digging hard. Meadow. Keene finally takes a shot. There you go, RJ.
We need to shoot more. Leon Rice has been begging RJ Keene to shoot the rock. With a stroke like that, why wouldn't you? Terrific ball movement.
Keene now coming off the bench. Still a fantastic player, just has to have some more confidence. That he has done well, is rebound the basketball. Last time these two teams matched up had a career-high 10 rebounds. Cardenas. What a rejection by Love. Get it out of here.
Ball movement gets you to open looks, and against a zone, Boise State skips it. Good, better, best. RJ Keene finally takes a 3 and knocks it through.
Boy, this one has just been a fun game, hasn't it, Terrence?
Yeah, it has.
60-54. Boise State, to their credit, has taken all the punches, and they've got a captain here in Lawlor Cardenas, who is the straw that stirs Boise State's drink.
Yeah, and he's leading the league in assists, as you can see on that graphic right there. Cardenas, he's always been really good for San Jose State, but now he's got a lot of weapons around him, and you see the results in his assist numbers. But my goodness, you look up and down that list of point guards in the Mountain West. How good is this league at the lead guard spot? I mean, Donovan Dent, probably the front runner for player of the year. I mean, it's a war every single night in the backcourt.
Pass tipped away and stolen by Nick Davidson. Here's Rawlinson. Sanders to Davidson. Davidson trying to get going. Pull up off the baseline. And no call there. Probably a little bit of contact. Hustles back on defense. Good D by Rawlinson, staying right with Cardenas.
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Well, you don't have anything. You're hesitant to create something. And then the dribble handoff up to Cardenas. It's called a grenade action. Whenever the post player has it or an uphill DHO, he's going to go up, hand the ball off, and he's so good in short roll situations that whenever he gets ahead of steam, he is a load to guard inside 6 feet, but it all starts with that early decision making. You see the uphill DHO to a short roll pass, and that's where Cardenas is really good. And then whenever he gets the ball 12 feet and there's nobody directly in front of him, Tyson Degenhart is a load to handle because he's got such a good feel for where the help side's coming from that he understands how to score in that position.
And Terrence, if you're Boise State and Leon Rice, isn't it nice in an emergency break glass situation to just, hey, let's just, go pick and roll with our two best players. Our two probably both will be all conference. I know Degenhart will be first team. Cardenas likely first or second team.
Well, I think that certainly helps, but I think the different ways you get into some of these screen roll actions is what makes it even more difficult to defend.
Davidson's got Keene on him. Oh, a nice step back shot by Davidson.
That was a really high level of difficulty shot.
Fancy footwork there, Terry.
Absolutely. I thought he might have gotten away with an extra step, but Nick Davidson, so talented, and he's gotten better throughout his college career at shot creation for himself. What a high-low look.
And great defense by Davidson that time, getting the better of Tyson Degenhart. Sanders. They'll pull it out. At least for now. Sanders wants to take it. Sanders. And Cardenas fouled. And good sportsmanship by the two players. Sanders draws the foul on Cardenas. That's just his first.
I mean, Cardenas knows, like, I have to get in his body and try to stop his momentum, because if I'm only 6'1", 6'2", I have to be able to keep him out of that painted area. Just a little bit too physical when getting stuck on that switch.
Sanders up to 26 points.
He's been outstanding.
And that one ties the season high. For those wondering, his career high is 35. Did that as a member of Cal Poly last year against UC Riverside. That was the one thing that he...
That's very much in play here today. I know we got 5 minutes left, but that ball's going to Kobe Sanders to try to get them.
That's what he did at Cal Poly. He was an elite scorer, and a team that he was on 0-20, where he was the offensive focal point night in and night out, Terrence. He was still an efficient scorer. And again, Keene doesn't take the jump. Wide open.
And that one's the one you need to take. Same exact spot, just too much time on the clock.
He might get it again. And 3 seconds on the shot clock. And ripped out of his hand, shot clock violation. And Terrence, once again,
well, that's one. R.J. Keene's wide open. You got to take the shot.
That's the second time he did it, too, with the shot clock winding down, put his teammates in a bad position.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Because you don't shoot that shot, you put Meadow in a bad spot with 3 seconds to go.
Does have a wrap on his wrist.
No, he needs to shoot
I'm
that
not
ball.
excusing him. I'm just pointing it out.
If you need to shoot it left-handed, that ball needs to get up to the rim.
Rollison fires. There you go, Tyler. Tyler scratches from the field for the first time. And in a big-time spot for Nevada. They're back down by 2, and Leon Rice wants a timeout.
Move the ball around, and Nick Davidson swing it one more. Tyler Rollison has him within it, too. We have a ball game here in Reno.
Coming up after Boise State, Nevada, it's Big East basketball as Jamil Telfort and the Butler Bulldogs are on the road in Chicago taking on C.J. Gunn and DePaul. That's coming up next on FS1.
Lots on the line here for both teams. Boise State leading this one 62-60. And Terrence, what do you see from both teams? What do they need to do to get out of here with a big win in Mountain West Conference?
Well, I think if you're Nevada, you're matchup hunting right now. Boise State's playing man-to-man all the way through, and they're switching a lot. So what you're trying to do is get Kobe Sanders or Nick Davidson in position to attack a mismatch. Now, who's on the floor for Boise State? You're probably looking at Cardenas, and you're probably looking at somebody that you can shoot over the top of. With the lineup that's in for Boise, I would look to get Cardenas on a switch. For Boise, continue to pop the ball around the perimeter. Nevada has been going zone a large portion of this second half. Make sure you make quick decisions and quick passes around the perimeter to try to find something quickly.
R.J. Keene remains on the floor. There's that zone look. Cardenas trying to break down the defense. Picks it up. Keene fires away. And that's going to be a loose ball foul on Tyson Degenhart as Sanders, a nice job fighting on the glass.
I don't know that I love that call because I thought that was just two big humans trying to go at it. And now we're going to see Kobe Sanders, who's now in the bonus, going to have a chance to tie this ball game.
Just something to note, Tyson Degenhart picked up his third.
How important is this game, though, for both of these teams in the middle portion of the Mountain West standings? But you see the talent on the floor, DC, is so evident that this Mountain West tournament is going to be incredible. And you see Boise State trying to stay above that red line. Why? They get a first day bye. So the top 5 seeds in the Mountain West Conference tournament do not play on day 1. It's a lot easier to win 3 games in a row than it is 4. I know New Mexico did it last year behind Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn Jr. But to put yourself in the best position to win, try to get that first day bye.
By the way, Terrence, both these teams more than capable of making a tournament run.
Absolutely.
Not West tournament, that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's Meadow. Wow. Big-time shot from Andrew Meadow.
Big-time shot from a big-time player. Andrew Meadow has been spectacular today.
And maybe we've got to send his barber some business after a game like this. Coleman, a rare post up, bumps and grinds, no foul, good deed by Degenhart. Not exactly sure that's the offensive look that Nevada wanted to go to. For Coleman there, gonna give it to him, gotta finish. Big possession here for the Broncos. Here's Keene, fires from the corner. Good rebound, oh, it's stolen away. Rollison took it from Buchanan, thought he had it. Well, at least he took the shot.
How do you find matchups right now? Kobe Sanders at the guard.
Flatten it out. Ducell, here he comes. Not there. Ducell just 1 of 4 from 3 today.
Yeah, he's been quiet. I think the big thing you take away is Boise State's done a nice job of tucking and tailing, making sure he doesn't get a ton of space.
Oh, and it's linked up like Windex by Nick Davidson. 2 of the best at the power forward spot going at it all day. And Steve Alford to call his final timeout.
What a play on defense by Nevada. But first, you move the ball around. R.J. Keene swings it down to Buchanan, and a wide open Andrew Meadow, who's been really, really good today. Then next possession down, Nick Davidson comes over, big time block in a big time situation. Nevada down 4. How do you get something easy? I think you fly somebody at a ball screen with Sanders trying to get the right one.
Well, the fastest racing on earth is coming to Fox. The 2025 IndyCar season gets underway in St. Petersburg. The first stop on the road to the Indy 500, March 2nd, live on Fox. And Terrence, what a treat it is we get to see. I mean, you talk about two guys that are you can just take away their last names and insert the name of their schools next to them. Tyson Degenhardt and Nick Davidson. Mr. Boise State and Mr. Nevada just going at each other all night long.
It's been awesome to watch.
Yeah, it has.
Davidson on the day, 15 points on 6 of 10 shooting, 5 boards. Degenhardt opposite of him, 13 points. They haven't been the key cogs, but they have been battling with consistency. Nice play. There's your matchup. They were so concerned about Kobe Sanders creating. They left 2 guys on the ball. In a 1-4 ball screen, getting Davidson that open look is deadly.
What a time for Davidson to wake up. He's been overlooked by the heroics of Sanders, but he's got 18 points. Buchanan nearly traveled. Martinez trying to get around the defense. Degenhardt fires away. Back rim, no good. McBride skies up for the rebound. Can't ask for a better look.
But yeah, exactly right. Can't ask for a better look. Terrific drive by Cardenas. Hits a cutting Keene. Degenhardt at the top of the key. You're willing to live with that every time.
Sanders, isolation. Gets into his bag. Step back check. Nevada's got the lead.
That is a 30 ball for Kobe Sanders.
Cardenas, deflected. Comes up with it and rolls it in. Wow.
What a play.
Nevada was inches away from grabbing that ball and going the other way, and it just landed in the lap of Cardenas. And look what he found.
Look at the physical drive. I thought he might have gotten fouled. Doesn't matter. Stays with the play. Doesn't complain. And the persistence pays off for the Spaniard. Dad's a coach. A point guard's point guard ends up with a big-time bucket to give Boise State the lead. And it's been back and forth we go all game long, DC. 14 lead changes. Kobe Sanders, as the kids say, in his bag. Step back, mid-range bucket. That gave Nevada the lead. On the other end, though, Cardenas just able to create.
And T.O., you think both these teams are aware of what this game means?
Absolutely they are.
I think so. Leon Rice took his second to last timeout. Actually, check that. He's got 2.
Keep in mind, too, Nevada out of timeouts. Might have done the Wolfpack a favor by calling that one.
All right, so, Terrence.
I wouldn't be shocked, and I hate to interrupt you, I wouldn't be shocked if Boise State threw some type of curveball at Nevada right here in terms of their ball screen coverage.
Well, I was just going to ask you what you think is about to happen, so you took the words out of my mouth.
As you see, you're going to start out extended pressure, full court 1-2-2. What do you do once the ball passes half court? Do you get back into a man coverage? And they do not. They remain in zone.
McBride, Davidson, no foul call, goes back up, can't get it to go again. Crowd doesn't like it.
Oh no!
And now it looks like they're going to get it back.
And on the road, you give it to your best player. And he makes a quick decision now.
And they've got
Nevada
to play here because there's no timeout.
Exactly right. No timeouts as Steve Alford calls the set. Do you just get the ball to your best player and let him work? I'll be honest. That's what I'm doing right here. Quick pick and roll, see what happens.
Nevada does have the possession arrow. Here's Kobe Sanders. Oh! The way by Buchanan. Oh no! Melo going to the rack and he slaps it down. Wow! One more chance here. Can Sanders redeem himself? And he's fouled. It's going to be on the ground, it looks like. That's a smart play.
Unbelievably smart play by R.J. Keene. That wasn't instructed. He saw that they took a 3-point lead, and in order to keep Nevada from getting off a 3-point shot, he steps out and fouls, and Javen Buchanan has been awesome defensively today. Quick hands, doing a nice job of just being disruptive, and Andrew Meadow, who's had the game of the season, flushes it at the end. But I can't get over how smart a play that was by R.J. Keene.
Oh, and Sanders misses the free throw. And, you know, just as a fan of basketball,
this has been awesome.
Yeah, but you kind of got to feel gutted a little bit for Kobe Sanders. He's been spectacular all day, and I'm sure he thought he was setting himself up to have the shot of his life, and then the turnover. It was a great play by Buchanan, who's been just super special for Boise State, and then he misses the free throw. But this is what Boise State does. They come up with the plays when they need it. And Degenhart makes the free throw, and that puts him up by 2 possessions.
What a performance by Boise State on the road to get stops when they absolutely needed them and to get big games from Buchanan and Meadow on a day where Tyson Degenhart didn't have his best stuff.
And of course you can't leave without a wedgie.
Hey, this is one of those games though, DC. Neither team deserved to lose. I mean, this was a fun competition. Both teams played extremely hard. What a game. And there's going to be some people that are not happy with that.
Rawlinson gets it to go at the buzzer, but it's Boise State. Terrence, all game long, they have taken Nevada's best punches over and over, but it is Boise State. And Leon Rice's squad gets a gutsy win on the road at Nevada. And there are the updated standings. It's Boise State dropping Nevada to 7-9. And give Nevada credit, they played their hearts out. They did all they could for Steve Alford, but it's Boise State. This is who they've been all season, and they come up on top.
Yeah, Nick Davidson, quality performance, 18-5. Kobe Sanders put on a shot-making clinic, but it comes down to the other guys for Boise State. Andrew Meadow, 24 points, 4 boards. Javen Buchanan, 6-9 in some big-time defensive plays. This Boise State team could very well win the Mountain West tournament in Las Vegas here in a few weeks, and they showed why today. But a lot of talent on the floor today, DC.
Andrew Meadow led Boise State with 24 points, his career high. We'll get out of here. To the Fox Sports Crew and Terrence Oglesby. I'm Terrence Clark signing off from Reno,